Time being 6 o'clock, I'm going to call the Board of Health meeting to order. All members are present. Would everyone please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. First item on our agenda are announcements from the Health Department. This time I'll turn things over to Chris Schultz to give those announcements.
Okay, we still have flu and COVID booster vaccines available by appointment. We're doing them in the office, so you can either go online or give us a call and come on in and get your shots. Also, the swap shop / compost site will be open this Tuesday and Thursday afternoon from 1 to 4. Trying to get people in to see our swap shop. We're currently overflowed with items that people have brought in, so we really are looking for people to take stuff away. But we'll have it open on Tuesday and Thursday. And hopefully on a more regular schedule going forward. And I believe that is it for announcements.
Can I ask you a question about that?
Yeah.
Now, on those things that sometimes give money back to the town, I think the swap shop qualifies for that, doesn't it?
Yeah, so the way we're on the RDP grant,
Yeah.
in the category that it's in, we're already doing things to get the maximum points
Oh,
for
okay.
it. But we wanted to do it for a while, and we actually...
And that could change. Too.
Yeah, and because we have it, we were able to apply for a $6,000 grant to build a shed for taking furniture this year, which we still haven't heard if we received or not, but it allowed us to do that.
Right. So, yeah, so I'd just like to let people know.
More money.
Yeah. Ooh, was that too eager?
Anything to lower that tonnage number, right?
Yes, yeah, keep it out of the trash stream.
Perfect. Any other questions to the Health Department? Seeing none, we'll get into our discussion action items, which should be brief this evening.
Thank you.
First thing, sorry, I meant to my mouth. First thing are to sign the updated trash regulations. I have a copy here. We're going to pass these down. I guess it really didn't need to be an agenda item, but we did take this. So. What's the effective date on this thing?
I don't think you guys voted to want an effective date.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Oh, they're already in effect, so I don't think it needs to be added.
Yeah, you can just update them one thing.
I'll say as of today.
Yeah, well, can you take the paper clip of it so it gets to Chris?
Yeah, it's not effective date, just the updates.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Smart cookie.
Everybody's got a copy of these as well, so if you wanted to peek through them. Again, the only change that we made was the
Thank you.
You are so welcome.
change to section K.
Alright.
Just give them to Chris.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
that's why the paper clip was there.
Perfect. I don't think we need a further discussion on that. Vote to approve the minutes of October 7th. Everyone's got a copy of those. Do I have any action?
I will make a motion to approve the minutes from October 7th.
Motion to approve the minutes from October 2nd.
I'll give it a
Do I have
second.
Second from Susan. Thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. So it's unanimous. Okay. Health agent report? Health agent?
Okay, everybody should have a copy. This is since the last Board of Health meeting for inspections. We had the Abington Senior Center, Martin's Restaurant, J&L Deli, Abington News, Portofino's, both 7-Eleven on Bedford Street and your convenience store had re-inspections, and they did fine on their re-inspections. And then Alex Good Taste is a new caterer / function hall next to Terranosa. They had a pre-opening inspection today.
Oh, I saw that. Can you tell us more about what that business is going to be? Just a.
It's a function hall, like you can rent out for parties, and they're also going to be doing some catering and possibly order pickup. No restaurant, no sitting in restaurant.
How was the inspection?
That was good. Yeah, everything we expected. They were still putting some stuff together, but they were in good shape.
There's re-inspections for 7-Eleven and your convenience store. What were the violations they needed re-inspections for?
7-Eleven Bedford Street had a broken toilet seat in the men's room and some expired product on the shelf. Your convenience store had a good amount of expired product on the shelf, but on reinspection, everything had been taken care of, so beautiful. I thoroughly went through all the cans.
Look for the olives.
Yeah, I always go for like the not good tasting stuff, green beans.
Yep.
Green
I
beans
don't-
are great. I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
don't like canned green beans.
Although I still don't understand why they put an expiration date on salt,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's there.
Yeah.
Container, I believe. It's not the.
I understand, but it's like,
Yeah.
Fines issued, there were no priority violations this period. For complaints on 10-9, you got a complaint for bathrooms flooding at Walmart. This is an ongoing issue. Last year, I was the guy who closed Walmart for a day because all the bathrooms are overflowing and there was raw sewage coming up through the floor. This was not as severe. It was only the front bathroom, and I didn't see any raw sewage. They already had a company on hand to clean it, so they sealed that part of the store off. But I did let them know that if it's a continuing issue, then we are going to close the store until they get their pipes cleaned out. Not sure what the problem is, but it seems to, I was told it's backing up at about 300 feet out from the store.
God.
Did they supply alternative facilities?
Yeah, they have public bathrooms in the back, and then they have employee bathrooms as well.
Is that in the same area where there used to be a food establishment?
Yeah, I had no idea there were bathrooms there until the first time I got the call, but there are ones up front, and those are the
I think
problem.
that was Subway.
It was.
I wasn't going to mention the name, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's no longer there, so. It's a good-
Right, but
On 10/21 today, we got a call about a severe mouse infestation at 585 Chestnut Street. The person making the complaint is not currently living there, so we scheduled an inspection for Wednesday. So we'll find out what's going on over there on Wednesday. And then training conferences. I spent the most of last week in Mystic, Connecticut at the Massachusetts Environmental Health Association's annual conference, learning all about bed bugs and rats and workplace violence, and good, cool stuff like that. So
All right.
that's my report.
Any other questions for our health agent on their report? No.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
All right. Public comment. We have no guests. We're going to skip that. Correspondence. I would take the opportunity to remind the board that next Monday we are meeting with the Board of Selectmen at 6 o'clock in the Cotter Room. An agenda will be posted for that, but the only agenda item will be to vote on filling the vacancy for the board. I have not received any copies of applications of anybody that's applied to be on the board. Maybe they exist, maybe they don't. I have no idea. So I'm going to speak to the chair of our Board of Selectmen some point this week to get those and make them available to us so that we can review them in advance of the meeting, if they exist. So
Right.
that's what, I'm dropping my pen. So what we've done every time that
if
we've
they
done
don't
this-
exist, we don't go to the meeting, right?
we'll see what the rule is on that one. So I know in the past that's how we've handled it.
Because I got a
Yeah.
busy schedule, you know?
I know, every Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know in the past we did have an issue where something wasn't getting followed the right way, so we ended up not having the meeting and postponing it or whatever. So
Yeah.
I know the current iteration of the Board of Selectmen is different than the ones we've dealt with in years past on this sort of issue. So how they want to handle it may be a little different. But I will try and get some information and share that with you folks this week. It's just dependent on whether they actually have applicants or not.
Will the applicants need to be present at that Board of Selectmen meeting?
I don't think there's a requirement for them to be present. There is a substantial amount of information submitted at the time of them applying, so we'll have a good picture of what's going on. Obviously, I would prefer to see an applicant present. I think we'd all like to ask them some questions, and if the selectman runs it that way, we'll have that opportunity.
I've been on the inside of that, and you're not required to, but it,
The right thing to
certainly
do is
does.
show
Yeah,
yourself.
exactly.
Yeah.
But to the different groups of selectmen have wanted things done differently. So that's something that I think changes.
Okay, time will tell.
Exactly, and were you on the board the last time we've had? No, you haven't. So
No.
I don't think anybody was here. So the most recent times we've done this, it's very simple on how we've pulled it off, but it's just a matter of working with the selectmen closely to figure it out. They have not really communicated how they want to do this at this point, but we did notify them on October 2nd. I believe the period is closed where we can accept any more applicants because it's 10 days, I think.
I think it's.
I'll have to double check that, but so I'd love to know where we're at with that. I will
Yeah.
follow up this week and try and get an answer.
I would imagine if there haven't been any applicants, we could go forward with 4 until the elections.
Again, that was a weird thing before. We had 3 members of the board. And,
3 is problematic, 4 is not.
Yeah, well, but there are plenty of municipalities in the Commonwealth that have 3-member boards of health, so it wasn't
Right.
impossible. We ran it with 3 for 3 or 4 months at the time. We can do it. It's just a matter of. I think this is more problematic because we can split votes now. Where we didn't have that tiebreaker before, so now we can do 4 and 2 and 2,
Yeah.
and it's a little more of an issue. So
I guess, yeah.
we'll figure that part out. We'll continue to work with the selectmen and get that sorted out. But just next Monday, if you could keep it blocked off in your calendar if you're around, the 28th, 6 o'clock, meeting with the selectmen.
They're at 6 o'clock now.
They are at 6 o'clock. Yes, they moved.
Oh.
So I don't know exactly when our meeting time is with them. Again, things that need to be fleshed out and they haven't shared. But so keep a lookout look out for the selectmen's agenda as well, because I might put 6 o'clock on ours so that we are at least in the right time frame, and then if we have to delay a little bit later to when they start, but just get an idea, compare the two, and I'll share any information that I have with you folks. Any other correspondence past that?
Just comment. So, while we don't directly respond to social media, we do monitor it and we do utilize it. What we're trying to do right now is to put stuff on people's radar. So we'll put out announcements ahead of time so that people can plan accordingly. We had a post today about curbside yard waste collection, which has always been since we had trash service the first week of December, and will be again this year. Apparently that was a little difficult to understand. Some people thought it was starting now or was running until December 2nd, but the week of December 2nd on your regular trash day is our typical curbside yard waste collection, either in 55-gallon barrels or paper bags, no plastic, and just leaf clippings or grass clippings. Or leaf clippings, I guess. If you
Well, and there's a very good reason for that. The leaves don't all come down.
Yep. My yard all my trees still have their leaves right now.
Yeah, because we've had problems in the past trying to do things around Thanksgiving time, and just that little bit of extra time makes a big, huge
Yeah.
difference. And that turns into tonnage.
Yep.
There's just no way around it.
Well, and I will warn people in advance. The compost site is typically open at least 37 Saturdays a year, and that's a requirement for our RDP grant. We have currently 4 volunteers staffing that site. So as of right now, the entirety of November, I have nobody staffed for the site. We are trying to find volunteers. We have a new woman who signed up. She's not even taking the tax rebate. She's just volunteering. So hopefully we will know in advance, but I would tell people now to expect during the month of November. If we don't have the site staffed, we will not be open.
Who is she? I feel like we need to give her a round of applause.
I don't know if she wants to say her name out,
Okay,
but she's
fair,
she's
fair.
I might be able to do it Saturday. I've done it before. I've been quarried, so
awesome. Yeah, it's fun.
I know. It is. It's a blast. It's the best time. People bring you coffee.
Yeah. Yeah. So
But,
if anybody on the
yeah.
board wants to volunteer.
But I'd like to pick my Saturday if I could.
Okay.
The one in November. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
'Cause
I'll
some Saturdays are better for me than others.
if you want, I can shoot you what dates or what. I think it's all of them, but
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, please do.
Through.
Yeah, and I would.
Put it to everyone, Chris.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're happy
But you
to.
don't have to be there alone, right?
No, well, this is part of the problem is we have to have 2 people there.
Right.
And there's some weekends where I have 1 person, but I can't open with 1.
Right.
And if we ended up with 3, if somebody wants to open the swap shop, that'd be super awesome too. So
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah, and thank you for monitoring social media. I know the online chatter with certain things gets to be a little crazy. So thank you for doing your due diligence there and making that kind of less.
We're all about education.
Yes. All right, and that brings us, unless there's any other correspondence, to the end of our agenda. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will. You go ahead.
I'll do the motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by
There you go.
Susan, second by Katie. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's okay.
Aye.
Okay. All opposed? All right, it's 3-0-1. Jason didn't
No.
vote to adjourn.
No,
Jason.
He was
That's
the
right.
first one.
He nodded at me. I know we're good. So, all right, we are
We're here
adjourned.
for everything.
I'll
right?
shoot you that.